Hey, welcome back everybody to the Tech Anomaly channel, and I am your host, The Anomaly. I wanted to give you guys a heads up because I woke up this morning in the stock market, my crypto, everything was green. And like many investors, that's a good thing when we wake up and we see everything green. However, the Fed went ahead and made a statement this morning. If you guys weren't catching, you'll see it in a minute, but they went ahead and made a statement about inflation, and it brought everything tumbling down. Odd thing though is that it brought down Bitcoin, which normally Bitcoin is used as a hedge towards inflation. So before we cut over to that article to kind of give everybody up to date on what happened this morning, please smash that like button. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button. The whole intent and purpose of this channel is to keep everybody up to date with all things crypto, mining, cybersecurity, and anything technology related. So I would greatly appreciate it. It would help out my channel a whole lot. Again, if you smash that like button and you hit that subscribe button. So let's move on to that article. All right, so here's an interesting article from CoinDesk. It basically spells out what happened this morning with Bitcoin. And the article reads, Bitcoin turns lower as the Fed chair suggests inflation no longer is transitory. Now, we've been hearing that for months now, that it's just transitory. It's going to go away in September. It's going to go away in October. And the months come and inflation doesn't go bye-bye. So Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell turnabout suggests the U.S. Central Bank might move more quickly to tighten monetary policy, potentially a negative for speculative assets, including Bitcoin. And so a lot of this has come about with the Feds. They were slowly but surely going to stop buying bonds and throwing money into the market, and they think they were doing around $15 billion a month. That might be sped up now. So the article continues, and we'll read a little bit more. So Bitcoin turned lower along with U.S. stocks. Like I said, all this morning, everything turned super red. I think I was up like, 2% this morning, and then everything just came crumbling down. So Bitcoin turned lower along with U.S. stocks after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said Tuesday it might be time to retire the term transitory as a way of describing inflation. I think we as the people all know that that term probably should have been retired months ago. Over the past 7 months, Powell and the other officials at the U.S. Central Bank have repeatedly used that term to suggest that the forces driving recent consumer prices increases might abate as the economy accelerates from coronavirus-related lockdowns. So the shift in messaging by Powell during testimony before a U.S. Senate panel might signal that authorities now see the inflationary pressures as longer lasting, potentially indicating that the central bank might be less willing to continue the loose monetary policies that have buoyed markets for risky assets, including cryptocurrencies. And here it is right here. It's time to retire the word transitory regarding inflation, Powell said during the hearing before the Senate Banking Committee. Bitcoin's price slid to around 57,000 as of press of time, down from the high of 58,000 before the hearing started. And again, the largest cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, has been viewed by many investors as a hedge against inflation, based on the idea that its supply is tightly controlled by the programming built into its underlying blockchain. But that hard-coded process is contrasted with the human-decided monetary policies of the Federal Reserve, which has ballooned its balance sheet to about $8.7 trillion, more than double where it stood in early 2020. But here it reads again, Bitcoin is also seen as a risky asset, so there's also a view among traders that loose monetary policies encourage investors to make bigger speculative bets. A reversal of these dovish policies might prove a tailwind for Bitcoin. And so the announcement was seen as an acknowledgement that officials need to move sooner rather than later to tamp down inflation. So this tapering that they're doing, like I was saying, about $15 billion a month, I think it's going to end. And here it is right here. At the Fed meeting earlier this month, Powell said, and other officials announced to plan to taper their $120 billion of monthly bond purchases, a form of monetary stimulus, by $15 billion a month. We might see that accelerated. I think it was scheduled to end. A complete tapering would be done by June. We might see that earlier. And so in addition to that, who knows if the Feds are going to raise rates now, given that we're starting to see inflation a lot higher. And so 6.2% in October. Since April, Federal Reserve officials have been attributing fast rising consumer prices to transitory factors that ostensibly would dissipate once the economy normalized, but inflation has continued to rise, with the closely tracked consumer price index climbing 6.2% in October compared with 12 months earlier. There we go. It ain't going away. It's staying around for quite some time, and it's going to be here sometime into next year, is what I believe and what a lot of experts believe. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment, educational purposes. So you take this and you do your own research and make your own decisions based off of both what I'm telling you, what you're pulling off of the internet, and you combine that and see what kind of great decisions you can make for you and your investments. So let's take a look at where Coinbase was at. So here's a chart showing Coinbase. We'll go ahead and get this reloaded. And we can see around 8 o'clock, we started to see the decline. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the wrong. Right here, we could see November 30th, around 8 in the morning Pacific Standard Time is right when we started to see that drop. And it looks like it tried to recover a little bit into the morning. Around 11 o'clock, and then it slowly started tapering back down again. And this isn't only true for Bitcoin. This also happened with Ethereum too. We can see with Ethereum, here it is around November 30th, around 7:14, and then obviously the Fed came out, said they made the remarks about inflation, and then we saw it drop. I did not know that Ethereum was sitting at $4,700 this morning at 7:14 a.m. That's an incredible amount. High compared to where it was, a week or two ago. And then again, it dropped to a low around, 4,500, which is where I thought it had been sitting at. And then it kind of came back up to around the 4,600 range, and it's been kind of hovering around there since then. So just wanted to give everybody an update real quick regarding why your investment portfolios might have turned red today, why your crypto portfolios might have turned red. The Fed came out and basically said inflation's here to stay for the time being, and we're going to have to make some adjustments to our monetary policy. So guys, keep your heads up. I don't think this is going to be a complete blow to the crypto market or to our investment portfolios, but let's keep pushing forward. Let's do our research and figure out where things are going. And as always, smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and until next time, peace.